America, the land of the free, home of the brave, and a constant source of political head-scratchers. If you're trying to understand American politics, you're in for a wild ride. It's like watching a reality show with higher stakes and more yelling. At the heart of this political drama are two main parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. They're like the two heavyweight boxers of American politics, always duking it out for control. Sometimes it's a close fight, sometimes it's a total knockout. These parties don't just shape the government, they shape how Americans see the world. They influence everything from healthcare to taxes to what you see on the news, so buckle up. We're about to break down the basics of American politics, one party at a time. Let's start with the basics. Colors and mascots. Don't worry, it's not as childish as it sounds. The Republicans are the red team. They're all about small government and individual freedom. Think of them as the "don't tread on me" folks. Their mascot is the elephant, symbolizing strength and conservatism. The Democrats are the blue team. They're all about using government to help people and create a fairer society. Think of them as the "we're in this together" crew. Their mascot is the donkey, representing determination and the working class. Now, these are just broad strokes. Each party has a lot of different viewpoints within it. It's like a big family reunion. You've got your loud uncles, your quiet cousins, and that one aunt who always brings the potato salad. But these colors and symbols give you a starting point for understanding the main players. One of the biggest differences between Republicans and Democrats is how much power they think the government should have. Republicans generally want a smaller government. They believe the government should interfere as little as possible. Democrats, on the other hand, generally want a bigger government. They believe the government should actively solve problems like poverty and climate change. This difference impacts how they approach every issue. Let's talk about money, honey. It's the lifeblood of our economy and a hot topic in politics, always sparking debates. Specifically, let's dive into how Republicans and Democrats view the role of government in the economy and how their differing philosophies shape their policies and decisions. Republicans generally favor a hands-off approach, believing in the power of the free market to create jobs and prosperity for everyone. They argue that less government intervention allows businesses to thrive with fewer regulations and more freedom for entrepreneurs to innovate. They love tax cuts for businesses and less regulation, believing it leads to growth and job creation across the board. It's all about letting the invisible hand of the market do its magic without interference. Democrats, on the other hand, are more inclined to use government intervention to regulate the economy and promote social welfare programs. They're fans of raising the minimum wage, investing in social programs, and providing support for those in need, especially the vulnerable. Democrats also focus on making sure the wealthy pay their fair share in taxes to fund essential services and reduce income inequality. Think of it as putting a safety net under the economy to catch people if they fall on hard times. These different economic philosophies lead to very different policy prescriptions, each aiming for a strong and fair economy for all citizens. Section 5, to heal or not to heal. Healthcare in red and blue. Healthcare is another hot-button issue where Republicans and Democrats have vastly different views, often leading to intense debates and passionate arguments. Republicans generally prefer a market-based approach to healthcare with less government involvement, emphasizing individual choice and personal responsibility. They believe that competition among private insurance companies will drive down costs and improve quality, offering consumers better options. Democrats, on the other hand, tend to favor a more government-centric approach, believing that the government should play a significant role in ensuring healthcare access for all citizens. They believe that healthcare is a right, not a privilege, and support policies like universal healthcare or expanding government-funded programs like Medicare and Medicaid to cover more people. This fundamental disagreement over the role of government in healthcare leads to starkly different policy proposals, reflecting deeper ideological divides. It's a debate that gets to the heart of what Americans believe about the role of government and the nature of healthcare itself, shaping the future of the nation's healthcare landscape. Section 6, Social Safety Dance, Republicans, Democrats, and the American Fabric. Beyond the economy and healthcare, Republicans and Democrats also have different views on a whole range of social issues that shape the American landscape and influence daily life. This is where things can get really interesting and sometimes a little heated, as these issues often touch on deeply held beliefs and values that people are passionate about. Republicans tend to hold more traditional values, often rooted in long-standing cultural and religious beliefs passed down through generations. They're generally more socially conservative, supporting policies like stricter gun control laws and opposing abortion rights. Democrats, on the other hand, are generally more progressive on social issues, advocating for change and inclusivity in society. They're more likely to support things like LGBTQ+ rights, environmental protection, and comprehensive gun control measures to ensure safety. They often see a role for government in promoting social justice and equality, aiming to create a more equitable society for all. These differing social stances play out in a variety of policy debates, influencing legislation and public opinion across the nation. It's a constant battle over the soul of America, reflecting the diverse and often conflicting values that make up the American fabric and define its future. Section 7, red states, blue states, and everything in between. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but who actually supports these parties? Well, it's not as simple as drawing a line down the middle of the country and saying Republicans here, Democrats there. While certain regions tend to lean more towards one party or the other, think red states in the South and Midwest for Republicans, and blue states on the coasts for Democrats. The truth is, America is a lot more politically diverse than that. Geography is just one piece of the puzzle. Factors like race, religion, income, education, and even where you get your news can all influence which party you identify with. It's like a giant political stew, with all these ingredients simmering together to create a complex and ever-changing flavor. Section 8, Election Day, where the red and blue collide. So we've got our two teams, their colors, their mascots, and their different views on pretty much everything. What happens when they go head-to-head? Election Day, my friends. Every 4 years, Americans go to the polls to choose their president. It's like the Super Bowl of American politics, with all the hype, drama, and nail-biting tension that comes with it. But it's not just about the president. Voters also elect members of Congress, governors, mayors, and even dog catchers. Okay, maybe not dog catchers, but you get the idea. These elections determine who gets to make the laws, how those laws are implemented, and ultimately how America is run. Section 9. Understanding the Divide, a user's guide to American politics. Understanding the differences between Republicans and Democrats is key to understanding American politics. It's like learning the basic rules of a game before you can start playing. Of course, it's not always that simple. American politics is a messy, complicated business. It's full of contradictions, surprises, and enough plot twists to make your head spin. But by understanding the basic beliefs and values of each party, you can start to make sense of the political landscape and the constant back and forth between red and blue. So, next time you're scratching your head about American politics, remember the elephants and donkeys, the red and the blue, and the fundamental differences that shape this nation's political arena. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, you'll even find yourself wanting to jump into the ring.